Savitri, Book 4, The Book of Birth and Quest, Canto 1, The Birth and Childhood of the Flame, page 355, second line. Some missioned power in the half-wakened frame nursed a transcendent bird's dumb glorious seed, for which this vivid tenement was made. But soon the link of soul with form grew sure. Flooded was the dim cave with slow conscient light. The seed grew into a delicate marvelous bud. The bud disclosed a great and heavenly bloom. At once she seemed to found a mightier race. Arrived upon the strange and dubious globe, the child, rememberingly a far home, lived guarded in her spirit's luminous cell, alone mid men in her diviner kind. Even in her childish moments could be felt the nearness of a light still kept from earth, feelings that only eternity could share, thoughts natural and native to the gods. As needing nothing but its own rapt flight, her nature dwelt in a strong separate air, like a strange bird with large, rich colored breast that sojourns on a secret fruited bough, lost in the emerald glory of the woods, or flies above divine, unreachable tops. Harmoniously she impressed the earth with heaven, aligned to a swift rhythm of sheer delight, and singing to themselves her days went by. Each minute was a throb of beauty's heart. The hours were tuned to a sweet toned content which asked for nothing but took all life gave sovereignly as her nature's inborn right. Near was her spirit to its parent son, the breath within to the eternal joy. The first fair life that breaks from nature's swoon mounts in a line of rapture to the skies. Absorbed in its own happy urge, it lives sufficient to itself, yet turned to all. It has no seen communion with its world, no open converse with surrounding things. There is a oneness native and occult that needs no instruments and erects no form. In unison it grows with all that is. All contacts it assumes into its trance, love tossed consents to the wind's kiss and takes transmutingly the shocks of sun and breeze. A blissful yearning rides in its leaves, a magic passion trembles in its blooms, its boughs aspire in hushed felicity. An occult godhead of this beauty is cause, the spirit and intimate guest of all this charm, this sweetness's priestess and this reverie's muse. Invisibly protected from our sense, the dryad lives drenched in a deeper ray and feels another air of storms and calms and quivers inwardly with mystic rain. This at a heavenlier height was shown in her. Even when she bent to meet earth's intimacies, her spirit kept the stature of the gods. It stooped but was not lost in matter's reign. A world translated was her gleaming mind, and marble moons bright crowding fantasies, fed with spiritual sustenance of dreams, the ideal goddess in her house of gold. Aware of forms to which our eyes are closed, conscious of nearnesses we cannot feel, the power within her shaped her mounting sense in deeper figures than our surface times. An invisible sunlight ran within her veins and flooded her brain with heavenly brilliances that woke a wider sight than earth could know. Outlined in the sincerity of that ray, her springing childlike thoughts were richly turned into luminous patterns of her soul's deep truth, and from her eyes she cast another look on all around her than man's ignorant view. All objects were to her shapes of living cells, and she perceived a message from her kin in each awakening touch of outward things. Each was a symbol power, a vivid flash in the circuit of infinities half known. Nothing was alien or inanimate, nothing without its meaning or its call. For with a greater nature she was one, as from the soil sprang glory of branch and flower, as from the animal's life rose thinking man, a new epiphany appeared in her. A mind of light, a life of rhythmic force, a body instinct with hidden divinity, prepared an image of the coming God. And when the slow rhyme of the expanding ears and the rich murmurous swarm work of the days had unpacked her sense and filled her limbs, accomplishing the moon orb of her grace, self guarded in the silence of her strength, her solitary greatness was not less. Nearer the Godhead to the surface pressed a sun replacing childhood's nebula, sovereign in a blue and lonely sky. Upward it rose to grasp the human scene. The strong inhabitant turned to watch her field. A lovelier light assumed her spirit brow, and sweet and solemn grew her musing gaze. Celestial, human, deep, warm, slumberous fires woke in the long fringed glory of her eyes, like altar burnings in a mysteried shrine. Out of those crystal windows gleamed a will that brought a large significance to life. Holding her forehead's candid stainless space, behind the student arch, a noble power of wisdom looked from light on transient things. A scout of victory in a visual tower, her aspiration called high density down. A silent warrior paced in her city of strength, inviolate, guarding truth's diamond throne. A nectareous hallowed moon, her passionate heart loved all and spoke no word, made no sign, but kept her bosom's rapturous secrecy, a blissful, ardent mood and voiceless world. Proud, swift, and joyful ran the wave of life within her like a stream in paradise. Many high gods dwelt in one beautiful home, yet was her nature's orb a perfect whole, harmonious like a chant with many tones, immense and various like a universe. The body that held this greatness seemed almost an image made of heaven's transparent light. Its charm recalled things seen in visions ours, a golden bridge spanning a fairy flood, a moon-touched palm tree, single by a lake, companion of the wide and glimmering peace, a murmur as of leaves in paradise, moving when feet of the immortals pass, a fairy halo over sleeping hills, a strange and starry head alone in night. End of Canto 1.